Welcome, everybody. I'm excited to share some information about Renaissance with you. Actually, as I started studying the line deeper and working with it, it made me even more excited because I am a massage therapist and an esthetician as well as a hairstylist. So it kind of incorporated all those things together. And it was really nice to be able to visit my massage and aesthetics background a little bit with this knowledge. So as you can see, my friend back here is very relaxed. She's not dead. She's very relaxed on the tree. We're going to go through the inspiration of the line, which Shinrin Yoku is a Japanese healing tradition. And we're going to go over that a little bit at the beginning and then go over the products and then how you actually do the treatments will be the flow of the class. Shinrin Yoku, being the inspiration, stands for forest bathing. So it's a really interesting concept, and with all of the technology and all of the stress of our world right now, it's one of the things that it's also one of the things that we hear a lot now is mental health as well, right? So it helps with all of those things. It brings anxiety down, lowers blood pressure, helps with mental clarity, and gets rid of fog. Going into the forest and going into nature and really being there and focusing on it and getting away from everything for a little bit. So I think it's perfect timing for this line. And that's the inspiration and the feel that you should be giving the client when they're getting these treatments. So I think it's an important part. Let me pull up a little PowerPoint here and share with you. Nicole, is this sharing already or do I need to?
I'm not seeing it yet.
Okay, let me go in and hit share first. Here we go. Think that got it right?
Yep, we can see it now.
Perfect. Nice to have technology help. All right, so Rain Dance Renaissance. So it is part of the Rain Dance line, but it's an extension of that line. And Shinrin Yoku is actually what we're going to go into right now. And one of the things that I wanted to share with you is a little short video. This young lady does a great job of sharing the concept and visually and in speech. So I think it would be nice for you to go watch it. It's just a short little 8-minute video. It's going to really give you a good in-depth idea of what Shinrin Yoku is, so that you can share it with your clients. Because I really feel like it's nice when you can share with your clients something that's going to improve their life instead of everything being about, who's dating who and what's going on in the world and the stress of their day. Sharing something like this that can actually improve their life just elevates you to another level that a lot of hairdressers don't even think about. So we're going to watch this really quick and then I'll be right back with you.
Hey everyone,
How's
welcome
that?
back to another video. Today we're going to be diving deep into the Japanese art of forest bathing, known as Shinrin-yoku. In Japanese, Shinrin translates to forest and yoku translates to bath. Shinrin-yoku, or forest bathing, has nothing to do with taking a dip in water, but instead refers to the practice of immersing ourselves in nature and taking it in through all of our senses. Unlike getting outdoors for exercise, the primary aim of Shinrin-yoku isn't to sweat it out. Instead, it's the opposite. It's to slow down, be fully present in nature, and experience the many benefits that come with this. At the heart of this concept is the deep-rooted knowledge that most of us already know, and people from different cultures across the world have embraced it for centuries. And that is that spending time in nature can make us feel good. Back in the day, it was just good old common sense. But since the term Shinrin-yoku was officially coined in Japan in the early 1980s, more and more scientific evidence has emerged backing up what we've always known, that nature plays a pivotal role in enhancing our health and well-being. Like many others, I'm someone that's always found a lot of peace and calm in nature. It's helped inspire and spark my curiosity and creativity, so it's no wonder that this concept intrigued me. I first came across it in Hector Garcia and Francesc Miralles' book, Ikigai, The Japanese Secret to a Long and Happy Life. Although this book briefly touched on the concept, in my quest to learn more, I picked up the book Shinrin-yoku, The Art and Science of Forest Bathing by Dr. Ching Li. This is a fascinating read that goes into the many science fact benefits of how forest bathing can benefit us, and I definitely recommend checking it out if you're interested. In today's video, I'll be sharing a few things that I've learned along the way and 8 simple tips that have helped me reconnect with nature and embrace the art of Shinrin-yoku. Let's start with the most obvious, and that is to find a spot in nature that we enjoy. If we have the option of heading to a forest, that would be ideal. Otherwise, finding a local park, garden, or some form of greenery around us is a great place to start. Essentially, the deeper that we can immerse ourselves in nature and away from the hustle and bustle of the city, the better. Also, where possible, finding an area with trees is ideal. According to forest bathing experts, trees are the essence of Shinrin-yoku. Areas densely populated with trees are not only higher in oxygen concentrations compared to urban environments, they're also full of something known as phytoncides. Phytoncides are natural oils emitted into the air by certain trees, scientifically shown to reduce levels of cortisol and adrenaline, our stress hormones, and boost levels of NK, or natural killer cells, that support our immune system. Trees like conifers, pines, cedars, and spruces are said to be the largest producers of phytoncides, but really, phytoncides or not, any natural space is going to benefit us. Something to consider if you're new and if it's available in your area is to look up forest therapy guided tours. There are so many available nowadays, with more and more popping up all over the world, so you might just be in luck and it could be something you're interested in. We spend so much of our time constantly connected, phones buzzing, notifications left, right, and center, amongst other things. Forest bathing is a practice that really encourages us to tap into our senses. In order to do so, it can be helpful to unplug and pop away phones, cameras, and other devices so we can truly enjoy the experience and be present for things that we may have otherwise missed if we were immersed in our screens. The next step is to slow down. Being outdoors means we're obviously going to be getting some form of exercise, but the aim of Shinrin-yoku isn't to get from A to B. Instead, it's about slowing down and just allowing ourselves to be in the presence of nature, letting ourselves wander aimlessly, being curious, and just going with the flow. This could involve walking slowly or finding a spot to sit down and be still and just noticing everything around us. Tapping into our breath is a great way to slow down, quieten our minds, and bring our attention to the present moment. Noticing the different smells, taking in the fresh air, and as mentioned earlier, inhaling those phytoncides are all part of the forest bathing experience. As Aristotle once said, in all things of nature, there is something of the marvelous. Nature creates patterns everywhere we look. These recurring patterns are known as fractals, and studies have shown that looking at fractals can help relax us and boost our mood. Whether it's the intricate veins on a leaf, the way the branches divide in the trees, or the shapes of different plants, slowing down and looking for patterns around us can be a calming exercise. Also, stopping to notice the little things like movements in the trees, insects crawling around, and all the different colours of the forest can really open us up to the awe-inspiring beauty of nature. In the hustle and bustle of daily life, we're constantly surrounded by noise, traffic, and so on. If you're with family or friends when forest bathing, see if you can take some time to remain silent, blend into the forest, and just listen to the sounds around you. Birds chirping, rustling of leaves underfoot, or the wind whistling through the trees. Taking some time to listen to nature's music can be a magical experience. Next is to tap into our sense of touch. Now, always use some caution with this one, as you don't want to go touching anything poisonous like these mushrooms that we found the other day, but where appropriate, take some time to feel things around you, like the texture of the leaves, the bark on a tree, or take your shoes off, stretch your feet, and feel the soil under your feet. Don't be afraid to get your hands a little muddy either. Studies have shown that soil contains a harmless bacteria known as M. vaccae that we often come into contact with when we're gardening or ingesting root vegetables. It's said to help boost our mood, which could explain why gardening is such a stress buster. Finally, as an addition to forest bathing, or if you can't get out into nature, it always helps to bring a little nature to you. Whether it's your home or office space, one simple way to bring the outdoors indoors is through houseplants. I love creating a green space within my home. I just think it's a really beautiful way to decorate. Plants improve the quality of air within your home, and I just love the color green. I think it's a super relaxing and calming color to have in any space. Another tip mentioned in this book for bringing those forest smells to your door is through tree essential oils that you can simply pop in a diffuser. In Japan, hinoki essential oil is a really popular one and nostalgic for many people, as a lot of homes, temples and shrines are built from the wood of a hinoki tree. But there are so many different oils out there, so see what you prefer. You might enjoy some pine, or like me, I prefer some cedarwood in my diffuser. Have a look around for something you enjoy and that's suitable for your home. And those are 8 simple ways that I've been reconnecting with nature, learning to slow down and embracing the art of forest bathing. Let me know in the comments, what are some things you like to do when you get outdoors? Do you have a favorite nature spot that you like to go to, or any forest bathing tips of your own? Would love to hear your thoughts. As always, I'll leave the book I mentioned and some other resources down below, so feel free to check them out. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
So if you all would hit your at the bottom of your screen, there's a little chat icon. Hit your chat icon and let me know if you have spa rooms at all in your salons, or you have a full spa. Just type in spa and I'll see it come up. Nobody has a spa room? Haha, I see a spa room. So I think as we go through these products, I think it's would be nice for you to think about this as well. Um, During a facial, let's say someone's getting a facial and you're putting the mask on and they're laying there with their treatment mask, it would be a perfect add-on to do some of these services. So as we go through the products and the treatments, kind of think about how you could incorporate them into the spa treatments as well as into the salon. And the whole Shinrin Yoku, philosophy, maybe have plants around while you're doing the treatments and have music that sounds like nature while the treatment's going on. Anything to enhance that is going to give the same feel that was in the inspiration for this whole line. So I think it gives a whole nother level to those treatments. And you can make these treatments as intricate as you want or as simple and quick as you want. Of course, the price point would change based on how intricate you make it or how simple you make it for your clientele. So if you also in the comments, anybody want to put up that if you've been into the woods in the last, let's say, week, has anybody been in the woods in the last week or two and spent some time just relaxing? I know I haven't, and I'll be very surprised. Aha, Diane has, so that's good. But it's very rare, I think, for hairdressers and a lot of people in general. But we're all in the hustle and bustle. We're all about making our money and our children and our homes and all those things. So taking a little time for yourself. I hope that the video gives you a really kind of some insight into it. The fact that the trees release cancer fighting, oils into the air. It's kind of crazy not to go through the woods because I feel like that's a lot cheaper than going to a doctor. so I hope that gives you some insight into some things that'll make your life healthier, but also something you can share, like I said earlier, with your customers and elevate you to being more than just someone who does their hair. I mean, you're really focused on their health. We're licensed to touch, and touch alone does a huge amount of beneficial things for the body and for humans. Then you teach them something like this and you become a resource for them that elevates you to another level. So I think it's a really cool concept, and it really resonated with me as I studied the lines. So let me get the PowerPoint up here and share this, share my screen again. Everybody seeing that?
Yep, looks good, Sebastian.
Awesome. So these are the products in the new extension of Rain Dance. We've got 4 products. The products can be combined in different ways, or used alone in different ways as well. And 3 of the products are for in salon and for home use, and 1 of the products is for salon only. So we're going to go over each of these products so that you get a good idea of what all they can do. As you can see, Artego's become more and more focused, I feel like, on plant-based, vegan certified. We're just getting better. Every time we revamp a line, it gets more organic and more earth-friendly. So I really feel like we're doing a great job of evolving as a company. And this extension just shows you how far we're coming, because it's 90.42% natural. It's 90.42% organically originated, and then it's biodegradable up to 96.2%. Now, this one product has the 90% in there. Some of the products are actually 100% across the board for this, and you'll see that as we go along. 100% vegan certified. Just like our, in our Beauty Fusion color, we've been able to come out with a color line that is so evolved. So it's really exciting to see how the company is evolving, and how natural and how plant-based we are getting across the board. This purity bath is phenomenal. It works in so many ways. You can use it on your hair, your skin, and your scalp. It has a micro peeling and purifying and renewing benefit to it. So if you want to grab a pen and some paper, just so that we can go over 3 of the ingredients that are the main ingredients that give active results, so that you'll have those to share with customers. The first of those ingredients is zeolite, and zeolite is a mineral that comes from volcanic ash and from volcanoes. It actually is detoxifying, so it absorbs the toxins. Every day we're getting toxins into our hair and on our scalp that are damaging to our scalp and to our bodies. This is a way that you can purify those toxins out of your hair and off your scalp, because we all know without a healthy scalp, you're not going to have healthy hair. This product, of course, is a home use product as well as a salon use product. You're going to use this and work it into the scalp with a more of a vigorous exfoliating circular patterns, because you want to really break up and detach those dead skin cells from the scalp, and really detach any toxins that are built up on the scalp. So a lot of vigorous, nice exfoliating circles on the scalp while you're using it. Teach your client to do that in the shower, and then you're going to leave it on the hair for about 1 to 2 minutes before rinsing, and that's going to refresh that scalp and refresh your hair. It's crazy also how volumized my hair feels when I use it, and on clients as well. So it's really nice to just give you a fresh, clean feeling that feels almost like air flowing through your scalp. And you can also use it on your face and your body. So I actually use it on my face as well, let it sit on my face. I use it on my body, and I do it at least once or twice a week, because it's just a great way to clarify and clean all those toxins and detoxify your body. Let's go into the next. Now both these products play well if you're already using Rescue, our hair growth system, and for hair loss and hair growth. These play well with that system because you're going to alternate them. And both the purity bath that we just spoke about and these elixirs are great for hair growth, and they're really going to, like I said, get rid of those dead skin cells and keep the scalp really nice and fresh and healthy, so that it can accept the Rescue remedy and the shampoos that you're already using. So I feel like that's a good partnership that you could alternate back and forth with, and get some great results both at home and in the salon if you wanted to do treatments. So that's a whole nother aspect. But these elixirs are based on 3 ingredients. The main 3 ingredients for this is dendroclear, and dendroclear is a molecule that treats blemishes of the scalp. It promotes recovery and reduces. It's going to reduce the blemishes. It's also going to be anti-inflammatory. So you're going to notice that's going to be a theme kind of through the line as well. A lot of these products are anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, and antimicrobial, antifungal. That comes from the essential oils that are in these. There are no perfumes or anything in the aromas in these 4 products. They are completely essential oil based. And we all know that essential oils are naturally antimicrobial, antifungal, and antibacterial. So you're going to get those benefits. And then the anti-inflammatory. With anti-inflammatory ingredients, one of the most aging things that we do to ourselves is anything that inflames our bodies. Anybody want to hit the chat and guess what those things are that inflame the bodies? There's probably 2 that are really, really big things that we do as human beings across the board. Get back so I can see the chat. Anybody want to take a guess? You can unmute and talk or write it into the chat, either one.
I'll unmute. It's Shelley.
Yeah, Shelly.
Stress and sugar.
There you go. So stress obviously creates inflammation in the body because it starts the whole hormone process. But sugar is a humongous inflammatory thing that we do to our bodies. So sugar is going to inflame your cells, and that breaks down collagen, and it causes more wrinkling and aging across the board. The other thing that I think a lot of people, and maybe not as much now as in the past, but sunbathing and sun loving. We all love the sun, but that sun, when it's tanning us, is also creating inflammation. So anything that is anti-inflammatory is going to help with those inflammations caused by things that we might love a little too much. So I think this line is really good for that as well. Any other comments? You're good? Okay.
Brad.
All right. So back to the elixirs. These elixirs are also for home use and for salon use. You're going to get the benefit of a deeper detoxification than just the purity bath. So it takes it a step deeper. It's also a little more micro peeling, and it has a soothing healing effect. The other aspect, like I said, that partners well with Rescue is that it boosts hair growth. So Rescue, of course, being a good partner. The other thing is you have a client who's trying to grow their hair back out. A great way to help them get their hair to grow as fast as possible and to be as healthy as possible while it's growing. So the Purity Bath and this Balance Elixir would be a great retail item for those people to get that growth going for them. Questions on this? The third product is Oxygen Balm, and this is going to be given a osmotic action to the scalp and to the skin. It's going to really get the oxygen in there, help to nourish and to remove toxins, but also deeply nourish the hair because it does contain a green clay that comes from plants. That actually is very nourishing and moisturizing. So it's going to give that nourishment on top of, our theme of detoxification and cleansing. It's also going to stimulate blood flow, which also is the Balance Elixir also does. This can be used only in the salon. You don't retail this product, and it can be actually mixed with the Balance Elixirs. So as we go into the treatments, we'll talk about how you can mix those 2 products together. The ingredients, the 3 ingredients for this would be the green clay that I just mentioned that comes from a plant, different kinds of plant materials, algae, things like that. And that is going to be your nourishment and purification and oxygen coming from that ingredient. Biofermented mate is an evergreen plant native to South Africa, rich in beneficial properties, rich in caffeine, stimulates the osmotic process. Also vitamin C, vitamin E, minerals of zinc and selenium, and polyphenols. So lots of great benefits from these ingredients. Tea tree oil. So back to the essential oil thing, and tea tree being excellent at this. Antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, antifungal, all of those things to help really get that scalp as healthy as possible and keep it healthy. it feels amazing on the hair too. All these products that and we'll talk about how you're going to finish your treatments, but all these products, I was amazed as I started using it on myself, just getting used to, the product, and also used it on my partner's 7-year-old daughter, and she loved it. And she wears braids. She's actually half white and half black, and she wears braids a lot, and um, different cornrows and things like that. So her scalp really gets neglected sometimes. So when we take those braids down and we did this, it was she was just like amazed at how her scalp felt like there was air in it, she said. So I think that's another thing. If you do have, an ethnic clientele that maybe they need that scalp just completely renewed between having braids and different things like that, that would be another aspect of this line that would be great. All right, the last product in the line is the Sublime Night. And Sublime Night is wonderful on the skin, the scalp, and the hair. I actually, I've used it a lot in my hair, especially the last few times I've gone to New York. I've not ended up with any styling product with me, and my hair was a little dry and flyaway. I actually use this on my face, so I just took a little bit more of it, ran it through my hair, and it gave enough moisture to my hair to just give me some control and make my hair look healthy. So even as a styling product, you could use this product, and it is a leave-on or leave-in. So it's great at night to replenish your skin, your hair, and your scalp. So I use it all the time. You're going to get a great elasticity from it because of the Mafora butter that's in this. It's anti-aging, that ingredient as well. And then the enriched pomegranate extract is also uh, rich in antioxidants, anti-inflammatory um, action, and of course, all that's going to be anti-aging. It's full of flavonoids, so all of that together is working to help plump the skin and enrich the skin and help with fine lines and things like that. The last ingredient everyone probably already knows is hyaluronic acid. So you are definitely going to help tighten those fine lines, tighten the skin, and to plump the skin with lots of hydration. So this product is great for hydration and anti-aging. It's a great price point. If you don't have skincare in your salon at this point, it's a great, it would be just a nice simple skincare to add for anybody to use at night for replenishing their skin. I use it both morning and night because it is not heavy at all. So even though I get lots of hydration from it, I don't feel there's any greasiness to it at all. So I think it can be used for a lot of skin types, as well as on the hair, as I said. All right, so any questions so far on any of the 4 products? I wish I could see everybody. All right, so the first treatment that you can do with it, or ritual, would be the cleansing, just the simple cleansing ritual. And this ritual is done with just the purity bath. This is what your client's going to do at home or you're going to do in the salon. You could make it an add-on. Instead of using a regular shampoo on the client or something like that, you would switch them over to this. And if you just want it to be a quick add-on of a lower price, like somebody might want to add a $5 treatment or something, and this all depends on your clientele and how much time you want to put into it. You could do that. You could enrich the treatment with more massage and make it more of an actual longer treatment and charge a little bit more as an add-on for it if you just wanted to do that. You could even do, in my salons, we always did mini facials and neck and shoulder massages. They got to choose which one they wanted with every service as they came into our salon. So if they chose the mini facial, what would have been amazing, I didn't have this product, but what would have been amazing would have been able to lather their hair and work it into the skin of their face and get that micro peeling and refreshing treatment for both and not have to have a separate product. So it would have been a really nice way to not have to have so much product on my back bar and to retail something that they could use on their skin, hair, and scalp. So again, you're going to do more of a detachment massage, which just means you're going to create friction. I know with the circular patterns like we do during shampoos, There are two different kinds of circular patterns. One is for more relaxation, and one would be more for detachment or exfoliation. And that's what we're going for with this, is exfoliating and detaching those dead skin cells, right? So instead of pushing into the scalp and doing a deep movement with those circles, which is actually working the muscles, not really creating any friction or detachment, you're going to do, contact the skin enough to relax the person, but you want your fingers to rub across the skin so that you're creating that detachment. And that's what it means by massage type detachment. Another technique would be vascularization, which means bringing blood flow to the scalp. And that's good for all things. If your client's experiencing hair loss, or they've gone through chemo and their hair is just coming back, anything that's going to bring blood flow to that scalp is going to help with that hair growth, and help with healthier, thicker follicle, or hair shafts coming from the follicle, because that blood is what nourishes that papilla in the actual follicle, right? So doing the massage and then letting it sit for 1 to 2 minutes, either in the shower or in your salon setting. And that's the first very simple treatment you can do with the Line. The next cleansing ritual takes it a step further. And with this treatment, you are going to actually use two products. You're going to use the Purity Bath, and you're also going to use the elixirs, the Balance elixirs. So you're going to apply the entire content of one of the vials of the balancing elixirs. And I'll show you all the products once we get through this PowerPoint so you can see them visually. But you just pop the top off of the vial, and you're going to apply that, distributing it over moist scalp. So you can pre-wet the scalp, or you could actually shampoo lightly with the Purity Bath up front and then put this on the scalp. Again, you're going to do a detachment and vascularization massage, which I'm going to show you a really great vascularization massage in just a minute, because a lot of hairdressers wouldn't even know this, but we do it a lot in massage therapy, because you want to break up the attachments underneath the skin and really get blood flowing and oxygen to all the cells of the skin. So I will show you how to do a massage that you can add into your services. You're going to emulsify, doing the small circles, leave that in the hair for 1 to 2 minutes. And then without rinsing, so you're not going to rinse that balancing elixir out of the hair, you're going to put the Purity Bath over it, continue on with a nice cleansing motions, and then rinse well. So this treatment, you could do it weekly. The client can, of course, do it at home, and you can do it in the salon. One of the things you can follow up with, and this is something I think that's important. As I told you before, when you do these treatments, it literally leaves your hair feeling super volumized. At least it does mine, and everyone I've used it on. I've been really, really surprised, because treatments typically don't leave your hair feeling extra full. A lot of times they feel a little more weighted down, but this does the opposite, because of that detoxification and that micro peeling aspect. So you're going to finish these treatments up with Rain Dance hydrating, either hydrating milk spray, hydrating or hydra conditioner, or hydra booster. So with those three products, I kind of think of it this way. If I have somebody who's got, baby fine, what we used to back in the day call frog fur, meaning they had 3 hairs they wanted to make into 15 hairs, I'm not going to condition them with anything heavy, because they're going to really enjoy the volume they got from the treatment. So I might just use the hydrating milk spray as their final conditioner, so that I can keep as much maximum volume in their hair as possible. Let's say they have plenty of hair, it's fine texture, and I want to use a little bit more of a conditioner on them. I would go to the hydra conditioner for that client. And then let's say you've got a client who wants this treatment, but they definitely do not need volume. They got tons of hair, and we don't see this as much anymore as we used to, I don't think. I feel like everyone's hair is finer than it used to be a little bit. But if you have that client, you would go to the Hydra Boost for them, so that you could give back a little bit of extra hydration and extra deep conditioner, so that they don't have too much volume. So I kind of thought of it that way as I used it on people, and it worked out well. But at the end of each of these, those are 3 great products to choose from, to finish off the conditioning part of the treatment. Any questions so far? You can unmute and ask a question if you want, or I feel like I'm just talking into the world, right? You know, I like interaction. Everybody who's been in my classes knows that I like to talk and I like to hear other people respond. But
Sebastian, I have a question.
yeah,
Hi, it's Diane.
hey,
So at the beginning, you started to talk about what the ingredients are that's in the elixir, the balancing detoxifying shampoo. All I got was one out of the three. So can you
oh, and
repeat?
in the purity bath, the first,
Yes.
the zeolite, which is a mineral from volcanoes, recycled lavender, which is anti-aging, softening, soothing, and calming to the scalp and hair and skin. And then the last one would be inulin, which is a cationic biopolymer. It's going to give a foaming action, a lot of condition, and anti-static to that purity bath.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then the balancing elixir, Dendriclear, which is Dendriclear, is the first ingredient. It's anti-aging, softens and calms the skin cells and the hair. Then you're going to have also recycled lavender in those balancing elixirs. And the last ingredient that we'll focus on is tea tree oil in there. And as we said, it's antibacterial, antimicrobial, and antifungal. Also, most of these ingredients are all anti-inflammatory. So detoxifying and an anti-inflammatory, stimulating to the circulation of the scalp. So those are kind of a across the board benefit to these ingredients and these products. Then did you get the oxygen bomb ingredients and the Sublime Night? Do you want me to go over those, or does everybody have those?
I actually did get that. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. All right. Now, any questions on the cleansing ritual, the detox purifying? So the first cleansing ritual we talked about, that's just the purity bath, is just called cleansing ritual. It's purifying. When you add the balancing elixirs, it's detox purifying, because you're adding extra detoxification to it by using the balance elixirs. The next treatment that we'll talk about is the cryodermo regeneration. So cryo means cold. So these ingredients and the way that your scalp feels definitely feels cooling, and like I said, feels like oxygen's getting to your scalp. So it makes sense that they would call it cryo and regeneration, because this actual treatment incorporates the purity bath with the oxygen bomb. So for this treatment, you're going to actually you could use the oxygen bomb alone, or if you want to take it a step deeper, we'll talk about that next. You would mix the actual oxygen bomb with the elixirs, the balance elixirs. But with this one, we're just going to start by cleansing the hair with the purity bath, and then if you really want to make the treatment feel extra nice and to get the full benefit of it, you're going to heat the oxygen bomb just to a nice warm temperature. So I know that what I've used in the past for things like this is they've got, you can of course go online and search for little things that'll plug up right on your back bar, but I've used to use candle warmers. I know that you could, usually Walmart had them just kind of anywhere. They're just a little plate, like a hot plate, that you can put candles on so that you can melt the wax once they've gotten so low and get some more aroma out of them. Those work really well. You could put, get something that won't melt to set on it and put this in, and that'll warm it up. You could heat up some water really hot and make kind of a double, I guess it's called a double boiler. I'm not a cook or a chef, but take a larger bowl, put really hot water in it and then set a smaller bowl inside that and let the heat of the water warm it up if you don't have a way to get electricity or something to the area. There's a lot of ways to do it, but you definitely want to be able to warm it up. And then you're going to perform a vascularization massage, because this is all about oxygen. Oxygen balm is really going to help just stimulate and kind of give oxygen to all the cells of that scalp. So you want to take some extra pains to make sure that you're getting this everywhere on the scalp. So taking partings and applying it down those partings and making sure that you get a good even coverage before you start doing that massage is important. You're going to leave it on for 10 to 15 minutes. And then you're going to moisten and kind of emulsify it into the scalp. Rinse thoroughly, and then you can repeat this whole process, but just with the purity bath, so that you're getting that extra detoxification after the oxygen has been used on the scalp. And that finishes that treatment. Again, you would finish up with either the Hydra conditioner, the Hydra milk spray, or the Hydra booster, depending on the person's hair type and what results you're wanting as far as volume afterwards. The last treatment is the strongest treatment that does the most, because you're incorporating pretty much the entire line other than the Sublime Night. And with this treatment, you're going to actually mix the balancing elixirs with the oxygen balm. And there's a small, in the balancing elixir package, there's a small little cup. It almost looks like a bleach cup, and it has the increments on it. One full vial of the balance elixir mixed with 50 mLs of your oxygen balm. So that's a 1 to 10 ratio. And you're going to mix that up, also warm that. And then you're going to apply that to the scalp, dividing the head up into sections to make sure you get a nice even application over the scalp. And then you're going to do a vascularization massage with this. You're actually going to avoid doing so much friction on the scalp in this treatment, because you've got so much action happening by mixing those two products. After you've worked it through the hair and let it set, then that's when you're going to go in and do more of the friction massage at the end of the process. Once everything is calmed down, you're going to massage and leave it on for 10 to 15 minutes. So rinse thoroughly after that, and then you would apply the purity bath to finish the treatment, as far as get the last of the detoxification process to happen. And then condition wise, again, you're finishing up with either Hydra conditioner, Hydra booster, or Hydra milk spray. So the timing for this treatment is about 25 minutes. Now you could take it more in depth, depending on what kind of massage you want to do and things like that. But it all depends on, what price point you want to make it, because the longer you make it take, the more you should be charging for it. All right. So this is my knee. I had nothing better to do the massage on, but I wanted to show you a technique that we use in massage. So if you notice my thumbs, I'm lifting the skin up with the tips of my thumbs and then with the sides of my thumbs, making a box. And I just work my way across. And then I'm going to go back and forth in lines. This is actually an Indian-inspired scalp massage technique. Here in a minute, I'll do one last slower movement so you can really see it. But it's all about lifting the tissue up and away, and then lifting it up and away the opposite direction to create that box. You would not believe how relaxing this is. And you can put a lot of pressure on the scalp, a lot more pressure than you might think, to be able to get. Some scalps are so tight, you have to use quite a bit of pressure to get any kind of lift at all. That tells you that person's been tensed and probably never had a scalp massage. And doing this technique will really, they're going to be amazed at how much more relaxed they feel, how their scalp feels looser. And like I said, it's vascularizing. So it's going to get tons of blood flow to that scalp and help with that oxygenation, that we're doing in this treatment. Sorry about the knee. All right, let me get back to this. All right, everybody sees me now?
Yep, you're all set.
Perfect. So the Purity Bath comes in an 8.5 ounce and a liter size for the back bar. Of course, can be retailed and used in the salon. Any questions on the Purity Bath? Everybody got it? Perfect. Then your balancing elixir, just so you know what it looks like. When you pull it out, this is the little measuring cup. Like I said, it looks kind of like a bleach cup from bleach. And then your vials. There's a line on the vials. They're plastic. They're not glass like some of the old school vials. So you don't have to worry about cutting yourself or anything like that. They pop open really easily. And you're going to mix. So you're going to use these alone in the cleansing ritual, or when you go into the strongest or most active treatment, you're going to mix these two together. 1 vial to 50 mLs of your oxygen balm. So that's going to give you the most effect, obviously. And then your last product would be the Sublime Night. All these products smell amazing. The essential oil aromas are great. And then you're going to finish up, like I said, if that person wants to keep the maximum amount of volume and they don't need a lot of condition, you could just use the hydrating milk spray from Rain Dance. You could use the hydro conditioner if you wanted a little bit more condition than that. Or let's say they have plenty of hair and they're not looking for any of the volume effect from it. You could actually take them a little bit deeper into the hydration with the Hydro Boost. And that's pretty much Rain Dance and how you use it, and Shinrin Yoku, the inspiration. Any questions on anything? I feel like I've been talking for 2 hours, and I hope that you all got something from it and enjoyed it.
Out of it. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
I got a lot out of it.
Awesome, awesome.
Thank you so much. It was very educating. Thank you.
Perfect. We're gonna be doing more. This is my first Zoom class ever, so give me a little leeway here. I'm going to get better and better at it. But we're going to be doing more. I hope to do some color intro classes on here so that we have those videoed, and people that are just getting up and running with the color will have a resource to go
Thank
to.
you.
And then with more of the products, we'll, as we come out with more, I want to make sure you all know about the retail as well. You all have a great rest of your day off. If you're not off, do a lot of great hair and share some forest bathing. And if you're free to go forest bathing, definitely do it. I'd love to get a picture from you in the forest. All right. Have a great day.
Thank you, Sebastian.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Sebastian.